We are now live. But yeah, let's get it. Get to the intro. Welcome to the Bear Thoughts podcast. All right. Thank you for overcoming today. Today's topics will be, of course, as always, me and Corvo in our life, conversations of meeting a fan, Dragon Ball Z, your mom, and stupid people. Let's have fun with this. Trolling, of course. We're not going to talk about. Well, we probably talk one of the two of those things, but no sad conversation. We're just talking. But anyways, let's start as we usually start off the day. For those who are joining today, be sure to hit that like button if you're here. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be helpful. Thank you a lot. And of course, those who have not seen this live, you want to catch us live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central American Time here at the Grumpy Bee Gaming here on YouTube. Of course, check the links below if you want to hit any other social medias out. And of course, today, as always, we have Corvo with us. Corvo, how you doing today?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. All right. Well, I hope you had a good week so far. I've had a fairly an interesting week, but I know you definitely had a lot more interest than I had. I'll say that as much, but we'll get to that a little later on. I do have to say I've been stuck in home, of course, like pretty much everybody else is nowadays, watching a buttload of anime and reading a bunch of mangas. But I was going through online on the other day. I want to get to this one kind of fast. And I was reading some news articles and some things on Twitter, and I saw, and I don't know if you saw this yourself, McDonald's is selling Pokemon cards again. Do you see this?
No, I have not seen it yet, but I appreciate you letting me know.
Okay, so if you do get Pokemon cards and you don't want them, send them to me. But anyways, so they're selling Pokemon stuff again. But here's the big news about Pokemon cards, and I'm pretty sure most people are like, Pokemon? What is this? Pokemon, okay? For those who don't know, Pokemon, Pikachu, little rat character. McDonald's selling them stuff again, and people are scalping it. People are
Scalping.
scalping. They are going there buying, like, one person, I saw a box. This is what I saw. A box full of McDonald's toys. Someone bought it for $250 straight from the company and are flipping them on eBay and online, trying to get people to buy these Pokemon cards because apparently there's some good ones in there. And people are going there to McDonald's and buying kids meals and just throwing away the food. Just throwing away the food just to get to the Pokemon cards.
What?
Yeah.
Don't throw the food away, fool.
Chicken nuggets, burgers, fries, drinks, it don't matter. They're throwing this food away.
Let me tell you something. I might let you get away with throwing a burger or some nuggets away, but you throwing away McDonald's fries, we fitting to throw down in the parking lot.
Yeah, like they're trying to flip it. I went on eBay and tried to see, like, how much people are selling. They're selling like for $15. I'm like, what? 3 cards? 15 bucks? You gotta be me. I want them. I don't want to buy them from eBay, but like, and then you go to the drive-thru, right? I don't know where to go to McDonald's. Like, I've not been to McDonald's probably well over a year and a half now, actually. For many reasons. I'm pretty sure we all relate in some way. And I went there and they had a little paper sign going, due to demands, we are not selling McDonald's toys separately from the meals. You have to order them one individually. So, like, you cannot go there and go, hey, I'd like to buy just the toys. No. Nothing else, just the toys. And they're like, nope, can't do that, sir. You have to buy the full meal in order to get them. So you get this cool little, well, most of them come with this, but they come in different colors. And then you get, like, 3 choices, or 3 options, or 3 things. You get a little card holder made out of paper. Woo! Paper.
Yeah.
And, of course, Pokemon cards. Paper. And then you get, well, I don't know if you can see it, that little lunch box that comes with it is a Pikachu. Really cute. But people are flipping that. Like, not even, like, all of that. They're just flipping these. That's all they're flipping. And the 3 cards in here. 3 cards.
Jesus.
Can you, like, I have never heard somebody try to flip McDonald's stuff before. Like, I really want to go to McDonald's and I want to take it and flip it. Like, it's Pokemon cards, yeah, but, like, you're not going to get no Charizard out of it. Oh, by the way, I haven't opened this one. I just want to see what's inside of it during the stream.
Desperate times, baby.
Let's see. Oh, that's what is that? The otters, Otto, whatever. I got the frog. Got okay. So that's what I got. Those four right there. But yeah, like apparently people are wanting these cards really badly from McDonald's. I'm like, I don't think any kids gonna be starting to pick up like Pokemon trading cards from McDonald's. Would they? Like, I remember like when I was a kid, when I played Pokemon cards, going to the card store and buying a pack or a
Right,
booster pack. But I didn't
right,
like. I don't remember like them like, hey, I want to start my career by buying McDonald Pokemon cards. That mostly all of them started with a first gen starter Pokemon. Like all of them pretty much start with a tier one. Not like you get a Charizard out of this.
right, right. No, I think it's more about there is, believe it or not, a big following out there of people that are collecting like toys from fast food joints that put toys in their kids' meals and stuff. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that's collecting that stuff that want that stuff that um I know a guy that spent like $250 for the entire set of California raisin toys from Hardee's when I was growing up.
Huh. That is okay. Like, is there like a collectible kind of sense to it? Is it just like, hey, I want all
Yeah,
the toys from
yeah,
this
it's
company?
a yeah, it's about having all of the set, like, so every with the McDonald's thing like you're talking about, it'd be like I want one of every one of the cards that McDonald's doing this run, you know,
Oh
because
man,
McDonald's is the only one doing it during this run, kind of thing.
I can't tell you though. I did have to go back when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure most of us remember this for those who are a bit of a collector of Pokemon. When I was younger, I had to go to each McDonald's and ask them which Pokemon Golden cards they had, and it asked them like each week, like, okay, what Golden card you got? All right, you had that Golden card. I'm coming. Put one aside. I'm buying it. And then like next week, I had to call up the same like three stores nearby me and ask them which Golden card you got in today. I'll be there. Keep one of them beside. I'm buying them. Like,
Yeah.
do you do that too, or was that just me? Like,
No, what I would do, I wouldn't call them before I got there, but I would go up there and ask them, "Hey, what are you putting in the box? What do you got back there? What's going in there this week?"
yeah,
And then if it was something that they already had, I'd just leave because we didn't have a phone at my house. It was like
okay.
you drove to the store, so we didn't do the calling thing, but we did go like store to store until we found someone that had the one that I didn't have to be able to get it.
I wish I would have when I was younger. I wish I had the foresight too, because back when Wendy's was doing Pokemon, they had little plushies. I could
Yep.
find them online, but like back when I was a little kid, they had little plushies, and I got the Vulpix, which is one of my favorite first generation fire Pokemon out there. I still think it's cute to this day. But I was like, I got it that one. I didn't go for any of the other ones. I got that one. And in my mind, like I should have got them all. I should have just. But I was a kid. I was like probably 8 or 9 years old. I wasn't like I was collecting, but I knew my parents didn't have very much money, and my dad's side, I knew if I asked him, he wouldn't get it for me, so I didn't bother. That was not making that conversation about my father. But man, I should have done it. Like I'm sure there's plenty of things we look back when we were kids and
Right.
wish we would have done when we were kids. Um,
Well,
but
at least it
speaking,
look.
go ahead.
At least it wasn't like the situation with me where you have an entire collection of the Masters of the Universe toys, both in the packages still, and then one to play with. And then when you move, they all got left behind.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
How?
I Mom and Dad failed to load the toy box.
Woo, that was sting.
I mean, I had Snake Mountain, I had Castle Grayskull, I had every character still in the package, and one that was out of the package to play with because Dad was smart enough to buy two at the time so that one could stay in the package.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah, I looked up one time and I can't remember the exact amount of money, but I looked up one time what the entire collection unopened would be, and it almost made me throw up.
Oh, I bet. And those three things from my childhood that I like. I remember Pokemon books I had, a few toys I had, a few like very things very close and tight to my chest I had that just end up just disappearing one day. It's like, what
Yeah,
happened to them? I don't know. They just disappeared. But in my mind, I'm going, did they disappear or were they made to disappear? That's one of
right.
those things is like, Mama, I know you're here. Not Mama. That was Mama. Uh, I just curious. Someday I'd like to love to hear how that happened. Like, oh, and we just forgot a big old box full of things just placed right there. Just left right there. Just like just that one box. How you forget? Like, what else did you forget? Like that'd be my immediate thought. Like, what else did you forget? Did you forget your forget your porno collection? I don't know. Just putting it out there. Like,
I
what else?
mean, we're talking about the lady that lost my entire marble collection as well. I mean,
I lost my entire
yes,
marble. That's my own
yes,
fault.
yes. Anybody watching, my mom actually lost my marbles. Just, just so you know.
Okay, Peter
um,
Pan.
yeah, yeah. Hey, he ain't had nothing on me. You remember those old hard shell briefcase looking things that
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
individual dividers?
Oh, yo,
Had one of those completely full of marbles of all different types, cat size, everything.
no wonder
The
you
whole,
lost your marble when you were the kid.
the whole, exactly, the whole case left, all of them. I lost all my marbles.
Oh, goodness gracious. To be a kid. Uh, I feel for you kids right now. You better listen up. Those things you love today, you probably will love like 10 or 20 years from now. You better hold those things dear to you. You better find a way of taking care of them. Because I promise you,
Yes.
right now, you may love them. You may think you're big fan of them. 10 or 20 years from now, you're going to wish you still had them. I still
Yep.
do. Like, I still have
Them.
things like I was a kid. I still wish I had.
Yep. Yep.
Especially when
So
your
you.
mom is buying you toys from Walmart at 30 some years old. Uh
Hey, hold on a minute.
Okay, Mama, I know you're here, Mama Corvo. I know what you did for your son. That's fucking great. I'm just saying out loud. Yeah, you freaking buying him He-Man stuff for Walmart to put in his background. Like that is fucking legit. Like, come on, Mama, I love you, my mama, I love her, but I don't see her take me to Walmart going, son, you want to go to the toy section? Uh huh. Let's go. What do you want, son? I want that one and that one and that one. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
No, okay,
There's
she did take me
there's
to the anime store, so like that does count too.
there's quite a few things up there that she bought. I mean, she bought the Battle Cat that's up there too.
Okay, well, my mom took me to the anime store when I was near her, so that does count too. She did buy me something, but like it didn't feel like that childhood moment going to Walmart and going to the toy section, cause like it's just I don't know. I feel like I like want to go to Walmart and be one of those little kids with the three Pokemon in front of you, like a I don't know if you've seen the video before. Had a Squirtle, a Charmander, and a Bulbasaur, and let the kid to choose which one he wants. You seen it
Yeah.
before? And most of the
Yeah.
time, the kids either grab like the Charmander or they grab the Squirtle. Bulbasaur's always left out. Me, I'm like all three of them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Snorlax is over there somewhere. She bought him.
I see Charizard.
Yeah, I don't remember who bought the Charizard for sure. I do know that my Charmander was purchased by Jasmine.
But anyways,
But yeah, I mean,
speaking of Walmart,
oh
you
yeah,
had you a little bit of a shock for Walmart.
yeah.
And it's something I
So,
wish it happens to me someday. Now, go into step by step. Try not to jump too far forward or jump too much.
all right, so I had to go to Walmart. I had to pick up a few things for the house, you know, dog food, cat food, stuff like that. So we go in and we're walking through Walmart, and I suddenly hear this kid
Kid.
go, yeah, a kid.
How old would you say the kid was?
Like, I would say like 12, 13, something like that.
Okay,
Young boy goes, I know you. And I look and he's pointing directly at me. And I'm like,
Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
I'm like, huh?
I need
He's
to
like,
know.
yeah. He's like, yeah, you're that Corvo guy from BearThoughts. And at that moment, I'm like, what? What am I in my head? I'm going, huh? You know. And so I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I watch you guys, and y'all are freaking hilarious. You
Funny.
know, and yeah, he thinks we're hilarious. We're apparently our non scheduled like conversation that just flows from here to there to everywhere. He loves it.
Yeah,
Um,
I love it. Like
talk.
at 12 or 12 or 13 years old, I get into podcasting. Like that to me is still a little bit like, what are
Well,
you
I
into
mean,
at like me at my 12
he
13? I was into many things other than
well,
podcasting.
he found us. He found us through your game stream on Twitch.
Okay, so one of my
So
uploads
yeah,
on
he was
YouTube.
watching one of your streams um that had to do with Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah, Genshin Impact is
And
fun.
that's how he got over to the podcast. And I'm trying to remember which. I think the tattoo podcast was the first one he's seen.
Okay, so it was already like 2 or 3
Yeah,
episodes in.
2 or 3 episodes in, he seen the line work one,
Yes.
and he listened to the conversations, and he thought it was hilarious because we weren't like most podcasters scripted. We didn't go, hey, we're going to spend 30 minutes on this and 30 minutes on this conversation. We just jumped all over the
Yeah.
place.
We need to skip along. We need to move along. We got plenty of stuff to do. Come on now. Let's
Yeah, and
wrap this up.
he would he would like call out moments in different casts since then, and that's how I knew for sure he was really watching it, because like he wanted the Pokemon chair that we were talking about building.
Oh, if anybody out
And
there ever wants to, just saying, if anybody out there is a good 3D modeler, designer, maker with a good concept of furniture and stability that wants to 3D make us a Pokemon chair and then let us 3D print it, that'd be great. Thanks. Um,
yeah, I mean, he went completely starstruck on me to the point he was like, "Can I touch the tattoo?" You know,
oh,
and
yes, he might
we
touch
were
my dad's tattoo. Ma'am,
and
ma'am.
and yeah, it was kind of a surreal moment, because I'm thinking in my head, is this my 15 minutes? And if it is, I'm wasting the hell out of it because I'm not doing this right.
Okay,
You
okay,
know,
so what parent was next to them when this was all happening?
the mother, the mother was
Mom.
was mom was with him,
I bet if
and
dad was next to him, he'd be like, "Who are you?" But mama, how did
mom
mama take it?
mom was like, so you're one of the guys on that podcast that he's been watching. And I said, yes, ma'am, I am. You know, use ma'am because you always want to be polite,
Well, yeah, of
especially
course.
with. And she was like, yeah, meeting you face to face and seeing how you are around your family makes me feel a lot more comfortable about allowing him to watch it. Not to mention that we've been in and out of the room, as he's watching it, and you guys don't go off on tangents on things that could be
Seen as inappropriate.
misconstrued. Yeah, she's like I told her, I said, well, I will say that we do use some profanity sometimes, and she's like, well, that's not a big deal to me, because she's like, me and my husband raised our kids to believe that there are adult words and there's non-adult words, and they're fine as long as they're not using the adult words. So
Okay.
she's like, we don't censor ourselves because we don't have to, so it doesn't bother me.
Well, that's very nice of them. And mom, if you're out there, I hope you feel the same about me. I don't have no kids though, so I'm a big kid myself. What can I say? Then again, my wife can have kids because of medical reasons. So no kids myself will ever come about. So yay! Just hope you appreciate me as well. But of course, don't take anything I say as parenting. I believe 100% parents should teach your kids. I am a entertainer foremost. I am not a teacher or a parent, so I cannot teach your kids. I give you my viewpoints, That's about it. It's where I view things. You take it or leave it. But do you get his name? What's his name? What was the kid's name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Andrew.
Yeah.
If
Andrew.
you're listening, if you're watching this VOD or you're here right now and I don't know, you better say hello in the chat or at least say something down in the comments. I'll give you my promised word. I won't say nothing mean to you. You can say whatever you want to say. You can troll me if you want to. Don't think
Yeah,
I'm gonna troll you
man.
back.
Look, we're good with everybody.
Well,
We're not. Doesn't matter age, man.
Okay, so you said your mom was with you when this happened, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
what was her response when she saw, can I talk to you? I know you. You're famous.
It was more of one of those. She just kind of tilted her head and looked at me like,
Boy, what you do?
what in the hell have you done? Do I need to take my? It was that look like, am I gonna have to take my flip flop off if you done something bad? You know, I'm like, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, we stood there. I don't know how long we stood there, but we talked for a while. He talked more about, different things that he had watched in different casts, and he loves anime.
Okay.
And one of the things that he asked me to bring up, Andrew,
Okay.
I'm going to bring it up for you, is us to discuss our opinion on the Dragon Ball Z saga up until the main battle with Frieza.
Frieza's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will start off. I love the Frieza saga. Now, they did do a remake of the Dragon Ball Z series that was taking out all the filler and all the long prolonged fights in the Dragon Ball series to kind of make a short and sweet Dragon Ball Z, which I do say if anybody out there that's interested in Dragon Ball Z but doesn't want to go through the long run of Dragon Ball, there is a shorter rendition of it that is actually quite good that you can still watch. Now it's still long, but it's still good. Okay, so I have to ask you first, most. From Dragon Ball Z up to Frieza, what was your favorite saga? Like, was it a Frieza saga or was it the Saiyan saga?
I was a big fan of the Frieza saga.
What are you doing?
The main thing that I liked was the Frieza saga. The best part about it to me was where it started with his training with King Kai.
Okay, so King Kai's planet.
King Kai's that whole little sequence where he's there training, I love the heck out of that, dude. That was some of the most comical points in that saga, because like I do that later when he hits Namek, things aren't so comical.
Well, yeah, not comical, but also like it goes from, "Hey son, hey daddy, I'm dying. Give me a second. I got to fool with the Mohawk guy," and just wrecks his world. Just wrecks his world. Like, did something just happen? Yeah, your friend's down dead on the ground. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I loved was the moment where the captain of the Ginyu Force, he was so fast. Everybody's like, he's so fast, we can't deal with him. And Goku's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to speed up. So he starts dropping boots and stuff off, and you could hear the thud. And people were like, what the hell?
My immediate thoughts, but like, I'm about to put my foot up your ass. Give me a moment.
He's wearing clothes. His shirt made a divot in the ground. He's wearing weighted clothes. So,
yeah, that was a very dramatic moment. And of course, he was wearing some of those clothes while he was on that little heavy gravity planet too. So, like,
yeah,
Goku was already weighing himself down. I'd say I do like Frieza saga a little bit more than I did the Saiyan saga, which was the first time Goku died and came back to Earth and had to fight. But no, like from Goku was training in the not the planet, but he was training inside that spaceship with the heavy.
The capsule corp spaceship.
I had that capsule corp spaceship when I was a kid, and I so regret getting rid of it. I should have kept it. I had one. That, and I had I had Trunks' little time time teleporter ship too. Shouldn't have got rid of it. I don't know why I traded him. But anyways, I liked Frieza and Goku, but I being who I was, I loved the Namekians. The Namekians,
Yeah.
all of them. Like they had such cool
Yep.
abilities. Their structure, the family. There was no males or females, so it was like my brain is like, how do they produce? I know like how they give eggs, but like how do they keep on going? Why is this one Namekian like completely a badass that gets whooped by Frieza, and they got this really fat one that just sits there that he can touch people and unlock their inner power. Like this, just like these people are gurus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
them,
I was a hardcore Piccolo fan.
and like,
And then when Piccolo and Nail merged,
oh
when they
yeah,
merged, holy shit!
like that was like the first time you actually knew about merger. Like you knew about separation. Separation was already a well-known thing. Merging
Yep.
was not a known thing, and I have a big theory on why I think there's the making race is so weak, and so because okay, my theory real quick is I think Namekians are all born of themselves. When I say that, they take the part of themselves, whether it be a personality or the power, and pop a new baby into an egg, and that Namekian grows up and it gets stronger itself. It's like and they keep on doing that to multiply themselves. But if they all merge, I believe they go back into the truest of forms. I believe there's going to be I would love to personally be a God Namekian. I think there's a God Namekian because they made the Dragon Balls. There's something more back about their backstory about those Dragon Balls than
Yeah.
the original creator. It's already either alluded to or it's not saying because he done forgot about so many things in his Dragon Ball Dragon Ball series timeline. That dude's like forgot so many things. Like half his crew, he doesn't remember them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean,
I love the
I'm with
Namekians.
you. I'm with you. I think the Frieza saga was much better than the Saiyan saga. The only thing that I really enjoyed in the Saiyan saga was the final battle sequence with Frieza and Goku.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Um, I loved watching the big ball dude just get creamed when Goku showed up.
Oh yeah.
Like he done whooped everybody, done beat the living starch out of everybody, and Goku just comes up and poof, go away.
But you not notice, like a lot of people don't actually notice this when they watch the series. Okay, I know the bit of things. For those who not know about Dragon Ball Z, I'm sorry, but I'm a bit of a fan, so don't worry, we'll get off this conversation a little bit. But I don't know if you ever noticed this, but when all the Ginyu Force goes and dies and lands on King Kai's planet, where Yamcha, Tien, and all the rest of them are there still and
Yep.
and King Kai's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with them. Y'all deal with them. They whooped their they whooped all of them like just like that. Yamcha, Tien, and what's his other one? The little one. Yamcha, Tien, and
Krillin.
was it Krillin?
No,
No, it wasn't
yeah,
Krillin. Krillin was still
no.
alive.
It was the little one, the little painted faced one
Yeah,
that always hung out
the
with
vampire. He's a Japanese vampire. If anybody does not know.
I can't remember his name.
Anyways, but all of them whipped their butt like just like that. Goku did that, and he was he was already really strong. And then like these guys, like they're humans. They are humans doing that to the Ginyu Force. They were as strong, if not a little bit stronger than Goku when he left. When he got out of the pod to Planet Namek. They were strong as Goku at that very moment, and no one knew that. Like, hello, humans are really really strong. But like the writer and like the only reason why humans don't get stronger or humans don't have very much play in the series anymore is because the director of the show told the writer that they don't want people to they don't want people to worry about the humans. They want to be all about the Saiyans now because that's what everybody in Japan loves is the Saiyans, and Japan actually really does not understand they have fans worldwide. They do not understand it at all. Like they think they only have like really fans in Japan. It's really a bad decision in my opinion. But That does lead to another question. Now, I would say this. I heard somebody the other day say an argument that anime, as it is right now, as is in its best state it has ever been. Would you agree with that statement?
No, I would
No.
not agree with that.
Okay. Why would you say no to that statement? What would make you think this anime has
So
fallen?
I feel like a lot of anime has went. A lot of anime creators have went mainstream.
Mainstream.
They've moved away from telling their story their way, the way they want to tell it, and more like let me cartoon it for the mass public so I can make money.
Okay, so it's too much about behind the cells rather than the story.
So here's an example. I don't know if you've ever seen Ergo Proxy. To
If
me,
I
that's
haven't,
an
I
anime.
remember.
Ergo Proxy, to me, that's an anime.
Hmm.
It's not about all the pretty colors and the straightforward. Here's the hero. Here's the damsel in distress. It's not like that.
Okay.
It is a story that the guy wanted to tell, and he went down every avenue that was in his head, and it twists, it turns, it makes you think. Even up until the last 4 or 5 episodes, you aren't 100% sure exactly what the whole thing was about.
Yeah.
To me, that's anime. That's the creator putting forward what they wanted to put forward, not what everybody wanted them to put forward.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of anime out there now that's, hey, anybody, there's 20 or 30 of them out there. This is your hero. He's super strong. He has to regain his memory to save the girl. There's hundreds of those. Everybody, it's just for lack of a better description, it's an anime style drawn cartoon.
Okay. So you think they have very much a cookie cutter with a little bit of twist and just the anime style to it?
Yep.
Okay, I can
Yep.
see that somewhat. Of course, you know, as well you as most everybody here knows, I like Outlaw Star, because it was very fantastic. It didn't have the hero and the maiden. All the characters in the story were very strong, but they definitely focused on the growth of the characters together, and then they pinch a little bit of the story of like the Galay line. Like that was it. Like it wasn't go
Right.
save girl. It was go to this place and no one knows what's there. All they know is riches of unknown is there, and everybody's trying to get there. But along the way, like they're trying to get to know each other. They're growing each other. They're like a couple of bad guys that are a part of the people that's also trying to get there. And it was like it wasn't like a Dragon Ball series where you would say, here's the main storyline and here's a bunch of fillers. Like no, there was no fillers in it. All the story was chronological and it does go into each other, but it wasn't about like just the adventure. It was about the adventure with people. And I like that. That's what I liked about that thing. And of course, the art style was very much a reminiscent of my thing. But he was saying like people somewhat have an idea of like what old school anime like that's anime to me, old school anime. I'm like I do. There's some animes nowadays I absolutely love. Like there's one right now that I cannot ever pronounce correct, and I'm loving a good bit of it. But also I'm also enjoying I was resurrected as a slime, which is a bit of a fantasy story. Weird title, yes. Also, is it okay making girlfriends inside of dungeons? Also, weird title. But
That one though.
yeah, those are good to me. I like those. But I was almost guarantee you, you name me a genre of TV show you like, whether live action or fantasy cartoon, whatever. I can point an anime out to you, and I promise you'll like it. I really need to make a YouTube video about that. I really do. I could probably if I really took time to it, find out what my genre my mom like watching. I can promise her I can find her an anime that she would enjoy. The problem is just getting her to watch it would be um an ordeal in itself. But I don't know if I really like I don't know if I do or don't agree with that premise of anime being as best it ever was. Because at one time it was a bunch of just the same stuff when it came to like, oh, he died and now he's in a fantasy world. Oh, he's in a video game. He's in a fantasy world. He's in a video game. He's in a fantasy world. And like that, but that was all the mainstream stuff. Like, but
Right.
behind
Yeah.
the scenes, there was like 20 other animes out there that many people wasn't looking at because I don't know if you knew this or not, but every season there's seasons in anime. There's
Yep.
fall, winter, spring.
Winter. Yep.
There's a season, and each season there's like 20 anime. The problem is each season of anime there's also 100 mangas that are coming out that are probably gonna be turned into anime later on.
Right.
So
Right.
like,
I sent you two links of two of my favorite animes
okay,
in case you
gotcha.
haven't seen them.
No, let me pull this up real fast so I can. Okay, I think I've seen one of them, but not the other one. Okay, but yeah, I definitely see some people like and I can't really call them like unknown and they're not very smart, but it's just being old school. I do have a little bit of a like it's not like they're all amazing old school anime, but I do hold a little dear to me because like
Right.
that's my childhood. That's my
Right.
those are my babies, right? Like
Yep.
I think
Yep.
they're the best because that's what I grew up on, but they're not really actually the best. Just like I watch Outlaw
Yeah.
Star and I'm like, I can definitely see like why people don't think this is a great anime, but to me, it is.
Yeah. That's me with the record of the Lotus Wars. It's probably not the best to 90% of the people in the world, but to me, it's one of the greatest animes I ever watched. I loved it. I could watch it at any time, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings once.
Okay, well, speaking of like old school and old things, something else I heard the other day, and this is a theory. Now, I'm not no conspiracy theorist person, but this is a theory I heard for somebody else as well, and I thought it was a very interesting point of view. Really, like me, I'm not a. It's about music, okay? For those who are out there about music, I don't really like. I'm not a big music person at all. I pretty much only listen like to like two or three, maybe four bands on YouTube that are I can count my one of my favorites, Benito on YouTube, one of my favorite musician right now. But my childhood was the '90s music. Dave Matthews, Bare Naked Ladies, Seven Doors Down, bands like that, somewhere around that genre. And he was saying the music is not like it is like it once was. Now, before I get to the theory, do you think music has changed, and if so, why?
I do think music has changed. I can't say for the better or the worst. I can say that I grew up on 80s and 90s music
So a little bit of
myself,
okay.
and can see back when Metallica or Twisted Sister or some of those guys were out. You can see the difference between that and what's out there now. I think what they're doing now is, I guess I would call it cleaner music.
Yeah.
And when I say clean, I don't mean like the actual lyrics of the word. I mean lyrics of the song. I mean the cleanliness of the song, of the music composition. Um, there's things that they have now that they didn't have then, that takes a lot of character, I would say, out of some of it.
Yeah.
Um, you're very seldom gonna hear um what I call a dirty guitar in
Mhm.
today's music. It's really most today's music is really clean, really crisp, very, very sharp. Back in the 80s and 90s, there was more of that grunge, so it's more dirty. You could hear a little more distortion in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I can't say that it's better, but I can't say that it's worse. I
Okay.
think, in my opinion, some things have gotten better and some things have gotten worse, but I love music from all the way back, when I was a little bitty thing. I mean, 80s, 90s, I've got some stuff in the 2000s that I've liked. I even like some classical music and stuff. It just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for.
Okay. So this theory will have something to do with something to do that. Now, I'm not saying from a perspective doing this makes music better. Okay. That's just their
Right.
premise, and I want to feel like I agree with them. Okay. Most artists, as far as I understand, write music or do songs for how they're experiencing and how they're feeling at that moment. Right. Right.
Yeah, most times it's an emotional thing. Yes.
Emotional, they're feeling it, they're getting into it. That bit of grunge, that little bit of uncleanliness, that little bit of that little bit of You may say a little bit of like, wobbly kind of music of what they maybe experienced at that very time. And this person's theory got me really thinking. He says music has changed. And again, not saying anybody here should do this, just pointing out there, but back then there was a different times, different mindset, and back then it was a bit of a problem, I would say. If you catch my drift here, he's thinking music has changed because people's use of drugs have changed.
This is very much an impactful thing. Music has always went hand in hand with those things. I mean, um, and those substances
Did
can
come into
affect
play.
they do affect your emotions, and in turn the emotion affects the song that's written,
Yeah, like
which in turn
good
affects what you hear.
good point in case, welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Like the dude's like, he's very like, yeah, he's very random. His voice is very weird. His music rhythm is very like just out there. You can almost hear like what the guy's doing, like what is he on when he's singing that song. But also
Yeah,
like,
Wally,
Snoop Dogg, you know, all the, going down the street, smoking on whim, sipping on Jenny juice, laid back, like he was on weed.
absolutely, Wally, absolutely, Wally. Things times do change, influences do change, and that does affect the music. You're absolutely right.
And I was like, that is so kind of true. Like, what's up? Okay, got somebody in the chat. Experience the change of people. Yeah, like, but nowadays, like you said it cleaner, and I'm like, yeah, probably because a lot of artists nowadays, like, you really can't do those things when nowadays because, well, if people know what the stuff you're on, right, they'll be trying to counsel you or get onto you for doing that kind of thing, even though weed is getting a little more acceptable. I bet she's just right here, and she's like just talking, giving her inputs right here, and she. I can see you looking over there, and you're like, what? If she wants to give her input, she can always join us in the Discord. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yep.
But like, yeah, like man, like I always think about them. Like, yeah, music has like it doesn't have that psychedelic sound to it no more, or that laid back, chilling, bro, or a bit some
Yep.
songs suicidal sound looking music. What the hell I'm doing here? That guy, I hate
Yeah.
oh my god, that dude's voice.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of like I mentioned to you earlier today, Pearl Jam. Like you can literally listen to their 10 album,
Yeah.
and you can there's songs that it's kind of like yeah, and then the songs like yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
you can tell like they just did something that they probably wasn't supposed to. Yep, that's showing up really like what were they on? Probably meth or cocaine. They are out the damn minds. And in another moment, like they're probably doing some psychedelic mushrooms right now. Not saying you should do this ever at all. Don't do it, kids. Okay, be smart. But boy, howdy, that made a different type of music back then.
Wally, I don't listen to the radio at all.
Me neither. Like I get into my truck or my car, whatever vehicle I'm driving. We got to town. I turn it off. I can't listen to today's music. It's just like it doesn't do it for me.
No, all of my stuff is either stored on my phone or some device that plays through.
Yep.
I can't do the radio because 90% of the stuff on the radio just doesn't work. I
Look,
mean,
it's they take old sound beats and then make a new song out of it, and they take that sound beat and do a new song with it. And take
didn't
that
have
sound
time.
beat and they recycle so many sound beats. And like they reuse the same thing, just different lyrics and maybe a little bit of different, high chorus to it. But like people are saying, a lot of music are just the same stuff and over and over and over again. And I would have to kind of agree. A lot of music is the same over and over and over again. A little late for the party. It's all right, dude. But not back in the days. It was all about finding that new song, that new beat, that new sound. Of course, sound is, how long we've been living in society, sounds are all becoming the same. We can't find new sounds, but there's actually a device out there that actually can make a new rhythm for you. A program that it will go through like a bunch of songs, and it will find rhythms and like make a new song out of it just by itself without the lyrics, of course.
Yeah, all my stuff stored on my phone, Lord. But no, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have a family member that back in the day was into creating techno music,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
he literally bought a piece of software, and he could make any kind of techno that you could think of by just placing the chords and sounds in the place that made sense.
Man, we fooled around with a little bit of that with me and my brothers when we were younger, but yeah, techno, house, like that was my jam for you. It's still kind of my jam because Benito is very much a techno, so I do like a little bit of Monster Cat, a little bit of Mushroom Head, a little bit of what's his name, the what's the guy with the mouse head, mouse something, what's his name, big old mouse head,
I
forget his
don't know.
name.
I call him Mickey, but
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, like that's my type of music. I don't like music with lyrics in it. I think a lot of things that are in some songs you can find in 10 other songs nowadays. Like, oh, that sounds really familiar in those words. And that feeling and that
yeah.
emotion I'm feeling right now. Let me go find 20 more like just like that. Like lyrics are so repeated. Like I just
Well, and see, for me, the when I do listen to lyrics, and this is gonna sound kind of critical, but I would rather hear a female
Dead
singer.
Mouse. A female
I
singer?
love I love a female singer.
Okay. That's a
I
unique
mean,
perspective.
I do like some guys. I mean, obviously, I listen to Pearl Jam and Metallica and stuff like that. But if I listen to them more for the music than I do the lyrics.
Okay.
Whereas when I want to hear a song, someone actually vocally singing, I tend to go to the ladies.
Okay. Let's say I if I don't listen to techno, I go to just straight up instrumental. Violin, piano, guitar, bass. Ooh, man, some good bass plays out there. But like I just don't like lyrics. Hell, it's even if there's
Yeah,
lyrics inside of a techno, I'm even less interested. Like I don't want to hear like the same high squeaky person that's probably a guy that's just singing and twerked his voice to sound something like a girl, or just another girl like, oh, I can't make it out in normal music, so I have to sing this techno song, and I just repeat the same stuff over and over again.
right.
Like I don't want to hear that. I want
Yeah,
to let me hear the music. I want to hear the rhythm, the beat, the highs and lows. Like I almost feel like I can feel the person's emotions when I listen to someone's instrumental play. I don't need to hear what
right.
they're saying. I can feel them. And
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I personally, if I'm listening to instrumental, I'm a more of a violin, piano, um, saxophone type of person.
I do like some flutes though, but there's some Japanese flutes that I don't like. The woo, it's a little too weird for me. I try to get to some Japanese. I love Japanese stuff, but there's some of the instruments don't do it for me. But okay, so before I jumped into anything else, like, do you wanna? Because I feel like been talking up the conversations. Everything when you wanna bring up, because I do have one more I want to bring up. But I want to give you a moment to if you want to have anything that come up to this past week or otherwise.
No, not really. There hasn't been a whole lot come up this week other than the fan moment that we already discussed, and I did manage to get my printer to start printing.
Okay, okay. So, okay, did the bed trick I said, which one did any of them work? Which one worked?
Okay, so here's the thing. The glue didn't work,
Glue did
but
not work.
what did work um was cleaning the bed with the isopropylene
Yeah.
really really good. And I raised the temperature by 5 degrees because remember we started talking about raising it
And
incrementally,
increments. Yeah.
right? So I only raised it 5 degrees and held it there, and it seemed to work a little better. I'm wondering if it's just that the that bed sticker that I was telling you about was
That
a little thicker than the original one that came on it, so it's requiring a
oh,
little more heat.
okay. Okay. Well, that's a good point in case right there. So maybe just a solid heat would change up a little bit. But that's for stupid people. Speaking of stupid people, let me tell you about this. Okay, is it wrong for me to call him stupid? There's no other better word to put it out there. Stupid's a strong word. You shouldn't use it. But this cannot be matched anymore better than I could ever heard. There was a girl out, a
Hmm.
sister, and you know how some of those girls like do those wild and crazy hairstyles and like just like everywhere like unique, and you know they're
Yeah.
like how the heck you do that? Well,
Yeah.
wigs for one thing, a lot of hairspray and some wires, and you know you might be able to do that. So, so you don't use a typhoon bed? What? Can you read that for me? Because I'm a dyslexia.
So you don't use a Teflon bed? No, I do not use a Teflon bed.
Yeah. Okay, so this girl thought it would be a smart idea. Do you know what a gorilla tape is?
Yes, I know what Gorilla Tape is.
Okay, you know what gorilla glue is?
Yes, I know what Gorilla Glue is.
Go on with you. Okay, follow me here. She thought it'd be a
Okay.
smart idea to take a whole little thing of tub of gorilla glue and put it in her hair, online people to see, and worked it in. Worked it in, baby. I mean, she went full on like it was foaming up. She worked it in there so much. She really,
Jesus.
then she's trying to mold it a little bit. She's gotten money for that. Tons and tons of views because of that. For putting Gorilla Glue, when that stuff gets hard, there's no tweezers, there is no hammer, there is no hair trimmers that you're gonna go zzz, right back off. No. She put Gorilla Glue on her hair. And it wasn't no wig either.
I'm just trying to imagine someone doing that and then it's setting.
Like it's probably as bad as hard, if not a little bit harder than what's that stuff that people like put in not plexiglass, but like a little hardened plastic. They put they make a little art of it. Anyways, resin. Like it's like probably as hard as resin.
Yeah.
Stuff you put in for like fiberglass.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, baby, I'm gonna make my hair all pretty. I'm gonna style up all cool. It's gonna be a stay still. It's gonna be all nice." And like, you just see her working into her scalp, and she's a sister. And my immediate thought, like, this is where our society is. But okay, there's another story with that. Story with that. This
See
isn't. This is
that turns into blockhead moment.
okay. This show you where society is going right now. Okay, I am telling anybody here, kids or otherwise, do not do this. Some other kid online decided to do some pranks. Now, pranking are kind of getting kind of a little bit big on YouTube. But here's a
Right.
story for you. Pranking on YouTube are staged. They're not real. And when they are real, something bad happens. Somebody decided to do a prank at a bank with a knife and try to prank them to rob the store. The kid got shot. He's dead. Because he was watching online to get clicks, to get people to watch him. He thought he was real. And that this is where society, I'm like, just, okay, like, listen, it's not real. It's a lot of it's staged. It's not really, like, they're not really being, like, they're not really pranking somebody when you see this old, like, shock factor, like, oh, they're being kidnapped, or oh, they're being robbed, or they're being, you know, like, it's staged. Like, they are paying people to stages so they can do
Act that way, yes.
these pranks. And some kid thought, oh, I'll do the same thing. I'll get a famous. I'll get a bunch of clicks. It's all funny. Ha 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 ha. No one ever. No. Society, come on now. There is a limit on what is real and what's fake nowadays. You can't think anything online is real. So I'm like, this is where society's getting, and it's just like gluing the hair, robbing places, and thinking it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny.
No.
When people do that kind of stuff online and you think it's funny, you gotta realize they are not doing it real life. Like that would happen in real life. They would literally probably all be killed or arrested. Like you can't do something like that and think it's a joke. It's not. So come on, think it straight. I'm
Yeah.
also like, I don't know about you, but if I had kids, Just put it out there. I wouldn't let them touch Twitter until they're 18. Like,
My kids don't even know what that is.
I know, but like Twitter for kids, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think that's a good place for anybody to be learning anything from either point of views or learning what people think. Because I just like this bunch of just either negative stuff on there or a bunch of like, what the heck are these people thinking? TikTok will probably be up there too, but I don't know. It's like it's something eventually bad that happen on TikTok. I can almost guarantee. Like something like something bad's already happened on YouTube. Something already bad has already happened on Facebook. Something bad has already happened on Twitch, and Twitter. I'm sure something bad's gonna happen on TikTok someday. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
TikTok and Twitter be like, nope, you're not having it. I'm like, yeah, you think it's funny until you find something that's really bad doing it and you try to imitate that. Like you are
yeah.
not imitating that. You want to go on Twitter? No, 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 no. Why? Trust me. You're gonna see something and you're gonna think it's really cool, and it's not, and something's gonna happen. And if you're that person, I suggest you learn things from life experiences. Love you too. Like, just learn from life experiences. Don't learn from what somebody you don't know. If they say something, you just go, "Oh, that must be true."
Agreed.
Like, you don't know if that's
Absolutely.
true. You don't. Like, they say it's true, but do you know they're true? They're telling the truth? Do you? No. Then go learn it yourself. Life experiences. Go figure it out for yourself in life. That's how I did it. I'm not dead.
Yeah,
If I would have saw someone rob the store with a knife and say it's a prank, my immediate mind was like, if I see that real life, I'm sure the person would have got shot. Oh wait, they probably would
yeah,
have, because in
yep,
real life, that's not how it works. If I go somewhere,
yep.
it's a prank. Stick them up. That's not gonna happen.
See, the problem with that is I mean, you stick a knife in my face and you threatening to rob me, and then you go, ha ha, it's a prank. I'm fixing to chase you down and beat the shit out of you, even if I don't shoot you. Cause now you done made me mad.
Yeah. So my mind was boggled by, like, I hate to say it. It's a mean word to say. You shouldn't say it to people, but you can. But nowadays, just by saying it, it's like, oh my god, I'm hate speech. There's a difference between hate speech and words you hate. Difference. Hello.
Yep.
It's not hate speech just because you hate it. If it's the truth, if you're stupid and do something like that, guess what? I'm not dumb. You proving me wrong here then. uh,
Yeah. I agree, absolutely.
and two L's make a W, and I'm gonna win this one. So
You
I
got
just
that?
so you better figure out what's going on your mind space, because my generation was not very smart. Okay, for anybody thinking about his generation, my generation was not smart, but
No.
we're alive for a reason. We learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
We learned through experience. We didn't learn
We
by
we
somebody
we
telling me
took
online.
we took we took the class called Dumb Stuff 101.
Yeah, like it's just I don't get it. Like, of course, people say, "Oh, nowadays it's more dangerous than back then." I beg to differ. There was no phones back then. Zero.
Yeah.
Like,
You get shot, stabbed, run over by a car. There ain't no cell phone gonna be dialing 911. You fixing to lay there and bleed out.
and so someone told you something. There was no way to research that. Like, oh, you told me that the Apatow, fell. Guess what? I would believe you. But nowadays, I at least have a technology at my phone. I can go online and go actually figure out if it's true. I go figure it out myself without someone telling me. Nowadays, people telling you, it's like, and you're just believing them? Like, you just believing them? Can you not look at your phone and look it up yourself and go figure if that's actually true? Just a thought.
Yes, you're right, Lord. Stupid is doing it while you know better, and we all missed that class.
Ah, goodness gracious. Of course, we had like social class back in the day. I think common sense should be a classroom requirement. Like common sense. Like I know it's kind of mean to say
Do
that
you know how
common
many
sense.
people? Do you know how many people that I know right now, if they had to take a course on common sense,
They
would
would fail.
fail the shit out of it?
Exactly. I think it'd be a requirement for school. You have to pass it. Common
And yeah,
sense.
Because I mean, you see these people coming out of school, coming out of college, and hey, they're smart as hell in what they went to school for. But some of them, hot. What's hot? Oh shit! It burnt me. Common sense, fool. It said hot.
But I
Shit.
but I got a degree in smart. Well, you also got a degree in dumb. Congratulations, you both sides of the spectrum. It's just it amuses me, but at the same time, like I shouldn't be laughing at people's misfortune because like they didn't like they didn't learn better,
Agreed.
or
Agreed.
like whoever was teaching them forgot like the whole method. You don't point a knife at somebody and you don't put super glue 10 times X in your hair. Like,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine after that shit set, going to bed at night and trying to roll over? It's like a damn weight on your head. Ka-dunk,
more like either wait or
ka-dunk.
like, hey, can I take your head and throw it down a bowling alley? Or you want to go for a bike ride? You don't need a helmet. You're already wearing a special helmet as it is. You are the full special helmet spectrum right now.
Sure.
I just,
Agreed.
I and she got paid. She's making money off of that. Can you believe it? She's making money off of that.
You know, yeah, and you know that somebody, I can't remember, I didn't read the story. I was scrolling through Yahoo this morning, but you know, somebody is actually suing Gorilla Glue for some kind of disease they can supposedly contracted from the glue. And
Wow.
I'm like,
If it says you
how?
can get cancer on it, guess what? You might get cancer. Might.
Yeah, I mean, I've never in my
Yeah,
life.
permanent perm. But yeah, like it's just
Yeah.
one of those things. It's a common sense kind of thing, and I don't think you should be paid for that. Like it's kind of like watching what's that TV show back in the '90s where they did a bunch of harmful stuff to themselves. It was all over movies and TV show on MTV. Um, what was the name of that? They were guys who could hurt themselves, and they would do a bunch of like stupid little harmless pranks, but also they would hurt themselves.
Jackass?
What?
Was it Jackass?
Yes, jackass. Like those guys were getting paid to do that stuff. You know how many people have like hurt themselves severely or died doing that kind of stuff, imitating them? It's like it's just you should get paid for that, for endangering people to show them that kind of stuff. No, I don't think you should go to jail for it, but boy howdy, I don't see anybody going, I want to imitate somebody else I saw do this. Who wants to imitate that girl that put Gorilla Glue in the hair? I can almost guarantee someone's gonna do it. If not
Yeah.
already. I can
Yep.
guarantee it. So like, oh, I saw this girl do this stuff. Now she's famous. She made much money, and all she had to do was put Gorilla Glue in her hair. What's next? You're gonna try it like
Yeah.
you're gonna try it like the whole the washer and dryer tabs, whatever those things that kids are eating.
The Tide
Yeah,
Pods.
Tide Pods. Like, what are you gonna try next? Oh, the hair now in my throat.
Yeah.
It's just don't.
I mean, no. I mean, how did it make sense to want to eat a Tide Pod?
I think it was a practical joke or a practical. It was like a dare probably. Like I dare you, and someone did it, and like, oh, you're not dead. How'd it taste? That was their immediate thought. Like, oh, you didn't die. How was it?
I
Do
don't.
tell.
I don't know, man.
Please tell me.
Somehow, to me, the idea of eating a Tide Pod or some ridiculous substance like that, or putting stuff like that in my head, none of that appeals to me. I quite frankly like my health and I like my hair.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
want to have to.
Some might be
I
like, I
mean, now
want to be popular. I
you
want to be
you
cool.
on the other hand, now, hey, you could do the Gorilla Glue hair and you wouldn't have much of a problem. I mean,
I'd probably be able to shave my head, or not shave my head, but what's that, like wax strips, right?
yeah,
Just do a very
yeah.
very thin layer of it, and then just go. You know what? Would this make me a lot of money or rip my skin off? Let's find out what happens first. Oh, but yeah, I know the worst of people splitting those toilet seats noodles. Oh yeah, like repairing toilet seats with noodles, with glue and noodles. That's okay. It doesn't make sense, but it is possible to do that. But um, it's a waste of food in my opinion, and also wastes a lot of glue. Because pretty much all you're using is the noodles as a for the structure of it, and using the glue to actually for the shape of it. And the glue is actually what's making the noodles to hard like a brick. Guess you could pretty much
Yeah.
say. But yeah, I just message retracted. Oh yeah. But anyway, so I don't. All I'm saying is there is plenty of ways out there for anybody else upcoming wants to do this kind of stuff. One, it's not easy. Let's put it out there. Not easy. Two, if you want to make it out there and popular, you at least gotta do something that you can at least survive, or you won't regret the rest of your life. You gotta think of yourself before you do it. Like, will I regret this tomorrow? Or later in my life? If any of those answers are yes, don't do it. There's other ways of
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
she will probably like, oh, I made a lot of money, but the other money's be gone, a year or two later, right? And she's probably like, yeah, I'm the people go up to, are you that girl that put Gorilla Glue in her hair? Yes, I am. Is there something wrong with you? She's gonna hear that the rest of her life. Rest of her life.
Yeah.
People will be wondering if she's competent. Like, can I give you a license? Should I give you a license? Can you work here? Should I let you work here? You don't really seem like that bright if you're putting Gorilla Glue in your hair. Just putting it out there. So yeah, I this is some things right there. I just
Okay. So, Lord was referencing the people that were eating the actual toilet scent noodles that you
oh
drop in when you flush.
wow, that I did not know that one. Didn't know that was a fad. No,
No, because if you don't die, everything that comes out of you is gonna be blue for a while.
I swear, like it's almost like human nature. Like we make something new, our immediate thought is, how'd it taste? Ah, tastes like paper. It's like there has to be some grounds like you stop wondering. Yeah, I made this, but how does it taste? It's like stop wondering that questions. We evolved. We have a science on how to make food taste better and chemical reactions. It's a science. Tide Pods are not a science for food. It's not been manufactured for the substance of eating. No, it's freaking toilet cleaner.
So they were doing it to get high, apparently.
Well, that was also what people were doing with beers when they shoved up their. You catch my drift there. You ever hear about? I'm
Yeah.
sure you've heard about that. Okay, I don't want to. I don't. Again, if you're catching my
Yeah.
drift and
No.
you're young of age, don't do that. How about you don't? But yeah, man. So yeah, if anybody out there, I will be streaming later on. We're gonna call it there. That's over our time limit. But thank you for all those coming. For those who are watching the VODs or those who are here right now, please, again, please hit the like button. For a little thing here, real quick for those who do not understand why I say that, it helps me get my channel, this podcast, to more people that have not already seen it. And by you hitting that like button and leaving a comment, YouTube will share this video with people who are not subscribed to me and have not seen this before that may be interested in. So please hit that like button. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Leave a comment. It's free.
Yep. Hey,
It does help.
and share the info with your friends. If you think if you think they like it or would love it, then
Share with your mom.
share with them.
Share with your kids if you think they're mentally capable of handling my words. Share with your granny. Share with your aunts. Share on your social medias. But please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment below. I'm gonna go ahead. Corvo, you want to shout out anything before we leave today?
Yep. Hey guys, Stealthy is fixing to start up streaming a little more regularly. She's aiming for a Friday, Saturday type of a schedule. So keep your eyes out for that. Pop in there, check her out. And as always, keep an eye on Grumpy. He needs the support and keep us going.
All right. And of course, I will be streaming. Well, I won't be streaming. Grumpy Bear will be streaming. For those who do not know who that is, give it a little bit on twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. He'll be going live on there. I don't know who he's playing today. I have no clue, but I'm let him take control of that. But as always, again, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central American time here at Grumpy B Gaming here on YouTube. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life. Much love, y'all, and bye-bye.